Hello guys, welcome to our next video. In previous video we saw how to register parameters in vizscript and how to create script in Viz Artist. Now we can see all of these parameters, but we don't know how to use them in our scene. Now we will see how to do that. We know here in this subroutine on init parameters we must register all our parameters. But in vizscript we have other subroutine with other name where we can handle the changes we've made on the parameters, eventually to get the values from the parameters and do some job with them. Now, this subroutine is called on parameter changed. You can see parameter name is parameter for this subroutine. And so, okay. We know our button makes nothing, our double parameters makes nothing, and the string values too. Okay, in vizscript, when we change the value of some parameter, no matter double, string or int of example, this is the responsible subroutine in vizscript on parameter changed. But we have many parameters with different names. First of all, we must check the name of parameter. It is possible with simple if-else condition. If parameter name is equal label 1, then do something job. Else if parameter name equal to label 2, then do other job. And you can list all conditions here. Label 3, then else if parameter name label 4, then and the last label parameter is else if parameter name label 5. Then and don't forget and if. Okay, but here we must tell to the software what to do with these parameters. I want when write something here, test value of example, this value to go here in this text area, label 1. And if I fill the field with test value 2, this value to go in the second bar, and so. This is the main idea. Okay, I will create one subroutine, custom, created by me, set text data. Maybe this subroutine will take some parameters. The first is input value. This is string value because the parameter is string. The next is container name. Container name as string, and this is okay for now. And so in this subroutine I will write my own logic. First of all, I must find the container where I want to set this value. Okay, this container is label 1 in the tree. I can see it is row name, row 1 down, and here is label. Okay, I can create target container variable as container type, and target container is equal to scene find container, and here I can write the name of some container of my scene tree, but the right is to use this parameter container name. In this place of the subroutine, just use the name of parameter. I will get the name outside of the subroutine. Okay, it is main container. Now the first is to delete eventually intervals, white spaces and so from my input. To do that, just use trim function. Okay, input.trim. It will delete some white spaces in the end and in the start of the string, and just target container geometry dot text is equal to input, and this is the functionality which sets some string to text area in some container. Okay, now let's make this to work. I go to onParameter change and will write here, if parameter name is equal to label1, I will set text data with parameter from here. Now we will see how to get parameter from our parameters. We use get parameter string. Of course, if parameter is double, we use get parameter double. Now get parameter string, and we must write the name of parameter label1, and this will return the value of my field with name label1. We can write this label1 value. I will create new variable as string, and it is equal to get parameter string. It's the same, and here label1 value. It's absolutely same because it will return string type with value of this field. Okay, other parameter is here I must write the path of the container in my scene tree. I can see here is row 1 down and level 1, row 1 down level 1. Okay, first I will write row 1, and to say find subcontainer I can use $sign, and after the $sign I must write child container down, find next child container here, label 1. Okay, label 1. Okay, now it must work. Let me try. Copy the script and go to our script plugin, edit, paste here. Okay, you can see after the initialization of script that this works. And here I can write something other, and when I fill this field, when I change this parameter, the value of this parameter goes here in the container where I say in the onParameter change. I can do the same with other parameters. Dim label2 value as string is equal to get parameter string with name label2, and set text data label2 value, and the path is the same but with row 2. You can see row 2 down label 1. Here is the text area with container. It is the name of container, the path with the name. Okay, just copy and paste this, and we'll do the same with other parameters. Don't forget to change numbers everywhere. Row 3, label 3. Okay, make do, make this and for label 4. Be careful when you copy and paste code. And the last label parameter is label 5. I forget here to write 4. Okay, here label 5. When parameter name is label 5, create variable of string type and get parameter string with label 5. Set text data with this value and find this container. I say again with $sign, I can say find subcontainer. Okay, just copy and paste in the script plugin. Okay, compile and turn, and let we try if our script working. Down label bar 1, we will write 1 1 1. Label bar 2, it works 2. Third field works. Fourth and fifth, I see it works. Here, of course, I can write years or name of parties, prices, or other, what I want. Okay, it works perfectly. Save the scene. And now, here we just check the name of the parameter and do something with the value of parameter. But it's not the best idea to use text data with onParameter changed subroutine. My recommendation is when you use text data, use buttons to apply this data. But when you use button, the subroutine which works with buttons is not onParameter changed, it is sub on exec action, and the parameter which this subroutine takes is button ID as integer. Let me write and sub button ID, where we can find the button ID. When we registered our first push button, one of the parameters is button ID. Here is our button, and this subroutine is responsible for the event when we click on the some button, and here I can check if button ID is equal to 1, maybe, and if, and here we can place this part of code with set text data. Okay, maybe I will copy the first one, and here we will write get parameter string label 1. I don't want to define other variables, just to use get parameter string. Okay, just copy and paste the same code from onParameter changed to onExec action. Okay, third, you can see now my code is more cleaner. Okay, next, get parameter, copy and paste, and the fifth here. And now I will delete these if-else conditions to make my code cleaner. And now, when button ID is 1, we have button with ID 1, apply changes. Then, here must we write, then we will execute this subroutine set text data 5 times, but with different parameters and on different containers. Now, let we try and see the differences than before. Now, if I write something here, in these fields, nothing is happened here in the scene. But let me clean these fields and try again. I fill first with 1, second with 2, and so on. 4, 5, 5. So if I click the button with ID 1, apply changes, the script will get all values of these fields and set them to the containers. Apply changes, click, and you can see the values at the text area plugins. So you can see our subroutine onParameter changed is empty. Let me use this subroutine and register one more parameter. Register parameter double, and it will be parameter which scale these text boxes with one change. This parameter will set the same font size on all of these 5 parameters. Let me do that. Okay, scale labels of example will be our parameter name. Next parameter, scale font size, or maybe labels scale font size, or maybe only labels scale. Next parameter is default value. Let me see how is the value at the moment. The value of scaling is 0.7. Okay, it will be my default value. Minimum value is 0, and the maximum possible value will be 10. Okay, and now I go in the onParameter changed subroutine and check if parameter name is equal to scale labels, then do something. We must create subroutine for scaling of text. Okay, let me write this functionality. I will create new subroutine, maybe scale, just scale. First parameter, which will take is input as double. Why double? Because our parameter here is double, register parameter double, and here input will be double. And again, container name. I must know which container must be scaled as string. Okay, and sub. And now I can copy this code from here because it is usually used functionality for finding container. Copy and paste in other subroutine to find this container. And when the container is found, target container, scaling, to access scaling properties, and here I can say scaling.x, and this type of scaling is equal to input because it is double. Maybe it's a good idea to make other scalings equals to input to scaling z is equal to input, and this is all for this functionality. And now go to onParameter changed, and if parameter name is equal to scale labels, then scale and set this value get parameter double. This time parameter is not string, because here when we register parameter we say it is double, and get parameter double with name scale labels is the first parameter. This is the input, and the container with the text box is the same as previous. I can copy this. Here the container is the same as previous. Now I can copy 5 times this functionality, and only to change the name of the first container here, because the only difference between all containers is the parent container. Row 1, row 2, and you can see all child containers are down, and down container have child container with the name label 1. You can do that, and with for cycle too. Let me see. For iterator is 1, for loop will be to 5. Okay, next, and we'll define row number variable as a string. It will be equal function cstr, and will pass iterator. It will return the value of iterator, but it will convert the iterator to string. And here I will copy one time scale functionality, scale labels, and here the only difference is here the number of row, and we'll use concatenation row number, concatenates this part with this part, and when the vizscript combines this string and this string and this string, we will create every time a different container path. This 5 rows and this for loop makes the same. Maybe with for loop it is more right, more aesthetic, but I'm not fatalist. You can use this way too. Okay, I will delete these 5 rows, will remain with for loop only. Okay, let me copy and paste the code to see what's happened. Edit, compile, and here I have one more parameter, and when change this parameter you can see I change scaling property of these 5 containers. Instead of changing one by one all of these containers here, just register one parameter and change everywhere font size. You can see you can change everything. When I have more symbols in some field, apply changes here, you can see I need from smaller text, and it is easy with my new parameter here. Okay, it's perfect. On parameter changed is perfect for parameters of this type, like double or like int. For text fields, my recommendation is to use buttons, register push button, and with onExec action subroutine you can control what to happen when the user clicked on the push button. For now it's all from me. At the next video we will see other interesting things, how to change keyframe values and how to change the height of the bars. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye!